Welcome to Slightly Sauce.
Welcome to Slightly Sauce.
We don't count the episodes anymore because we are all over the place. So
This is number 11.
no, we're not even going to say a number because we don't know what it is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's what I said in the first place.
Today we're going to talk about men and women. I don't want to read off the whole thing because we're just going to let it flow.
That's cool.
I want to open this up with submissive / controlling behavior and the differences of these two. So what I mean by that is...
Sexually?
Just in a relationship in general, there's a huge difference between a woman being submissive in her relationship versus her being controlled. And I guess what I mean by that is if a man creates a space for you to be submissive and feminine, then I think a lot of times you'll naturally fall into that role. I don't mean submissive as in like, you know, this guy just rules the roost. I mean submissive in all the feminine ways, like taking care of their person, taking care of their man. Versus controlling behavior would be like she's not allowed to do anything because he has a stick up his ass.
So being submissive, like basically you're saying is like a woman should be full-time in the kitchen, like submissive? Is that what you're getting at?
No, but...
Like, should she do the laundry and, like, cook my meals and rub my back, too?
Is that what you want?
That's what they're supposed to do.
Oh,
Isn't that what you guys were bred to do?
Bread?
Yeah. Breeded.
Makes it worse. Makes it worse.
It was a little pun that I threw in there because you guys are supposed to be in the kitchen making me a fucking sandwich like you're supposed to do. Anyway, go ahead, proceed.
Do you even know how to make a sandwich?
Bread and meat, I guess. Probably.
No mayo, no lettuce, no pickle, no cheese, no
that's what a woman's
mustard.
for. She puts all the extra juice on it.
So then I wrote, are women submissive anymore? And are men creating the space for us to be feminine and submissive? So I think a lot of times, I don't know how to word this correctly without anybody being offended.
Offend these motherfuckers. Grow up.
I feel as if men have no longer left a space for us to be feminine and submissive to them because they don't carry themselves like men anymore. But I also feel like maybe women are much more hyper independent than they once were, and we like to be in control of things because for so long we've watched...
Well, it's because of that boss bitch mentality. That's shit you see on social media. You want to be the fucking boss bitch. You don't have feelings anymore. You don't care about shit anymore. You're like the fucking head honcho now. Now you guys are fucking masculine and dudes are going down to the fucking feminine side.
It's like we're losing the roles that men and women do play naturally because now we're trying to be all equal rights, equal this. Well, men and women aren't equal. That's just point blank period. Men and women serve different roles in life. That's why we need them both. So I feel like women are just striving too much to be on top of shit. And that is in no way me saying that women shouldn't be boss bitches, but maybe soften yourself up a little more, but only for the right type of man.
Right. Well, so what is what is a woman looking for nowadays? Like, we're not out here fucking chopping lumber and, you know, building houses and shit. I mean, granted, some people are, but I mean, what is it that you need? Like, what would a masculine trait be that would make you want to submit to or be submissive to a man?
I think it's more of like an emotional level. I think it's more of he allows me to be feminine. I don't feel the need to be so aggressive or whatever. He gives me the space I need because I know he's taking care of shit. So I can be the nurturing, peaceful woman that he needs, that I want to be, because he gives me the space to do so.
So what is he taking care of if that's what you're asking?
I think it's more of like communication. I'm not having to chase you around all the time. Like the man is being the man.
And what does that entail?
I'm trying to figure that out. I'm really trying to find the words. In my head, it makes sense, but I guess in words, it doesn't.
Because that's just a natural thing that everybody has in their brain. It's just like you're looking for that masculine figure. You're not necessarily asking for a certain thing, I don't think, anyway. But it's like,
I need to feel the masculine energy off of you surpassing my masculine energy. That way I can be feminine and you can be the man.
So you just know that he's always going to handle shit.
Yeah, like he's got a fucking solid backbone.
Like
no, not bills. I'm not talking like
I'm
money
just saying
wise.
like okay, I guess that's fair too. Like you want him to like walk on the curbside instead
there's
of,
that. There's like the gentleman thing. I
see,
guess
that's like gentleman. So that's like the nice guy shit. But so what are you?
Which I guess women don't go for the nice guys. I guess I just mean like.
What are you looking for, Dusty? Like fucking.
I'm not looking for anything. I'm just trying to explain to people the difference between submissive and controlling. Okay? We need to let the men be men and we need to let the women be women. Stop trying to be a man and stop trying to be such a sensitive. Women stop trying to be the dude all the time and men stop being the sensitive little bitch all the time.
I got feelings too.
You do, and you can say that, but God, oh my God.
Grab your fucking balls
Grab
and stop
your
crying.
fucking balls and give me the space to be your lady. Let me be nurturing for you, but also, like, don't always make me feel like shit's on my back. Like, I gotta carry us. Equal rights, equal fights, motherfucker.
Are you gonna throw hands with a dude?
I think people will know what I mean, though, when I say that there's feminine energy and masculine energy. And when a man gives off too much feminine energy, the woman will always try to combat that and be the more alpha one of the relationship. Mm-hmm. That's why there's like submissive and controlling. Like,
yep. I just seen a video of this guy asking women, like, if the Grim Reaper came in and decided he needed to kill one of you, your husband or yourself, who would you choose? And it was like multiple women, like multiple different. It would cut to different people, and it was like every woman was like, "Oh, my husband! I'm choosing my husband. I want him to go." And every man, so they did the same thing with the man, and he was like, "I'll die. I'll take it."
What?
And it's like, yeah, a man is supposed to like sacrifice himself. He is supposed to be, and that's when like masculine energy comes in. And I feel like it's not happening nowadays. I feel like everybody's on weird, like, they don't give a fuck. Like, nobody wants to be with their feelings anymore. Everybody wants to be numb to everything
cold,
and just be as cold as fuck. But really deep down, they're feeling every single emotion, but they're like blocking it off and trying to play this game like they don't have feelings or like they are some hardcore motherfucker. And it just doesn't, it's never going to work.
Well, I just feel like people try to hide that passion. They try to hide the feelings. They try to hide everything because it's like hurt or get hurt out here.
Yep.
And that's not cool.
You think it's just out here because we live in Vegas, or you think that's just nowadays?
I think a lot of it has to do with social media, but I definitely think Vegas has it more than maybe like a fucking town
Arkansas.
in Oklahoma. Yeah. So it's like, if you just let each other play the role that you're supposed to play, there are healthy benefits in your relationship. Mm-hmm. So I can be that nurturing, loving, like, woman that a man needs to soften him up, as long as he's the strong, like, I don't want to fucking sound cheesy, but like knight in shining armor. Like, if I know he's got my back, then I'll have his.
Yeah. So you want to feel like no matter what, they're always gonna like handle some sort of business, whether it comes with bills or whether it comes with, a fight at a bar, or just like that protection aspect, like you said, like a knight in shining armor, like a warrior, like somebody who's always gonna, not some dude who's just gonna be sensitive and emotional and have his fucking period once a month, that he's just having a shitty day. And it's just like, as a man, you do have to kind of block those emotions to like, because women are emotional. So it's like, if you're bringing your emotions to which you can, but it's like, you also have to suppress some of that as well. Like, I can't just be like bawling my eyes out because I had a shitty day.
Well, you can. You absolutely can. But that's like once you've already built the relationship of like, I know my man can handle anything. Mm-hmm. So let me be that person he can come to vent his emotions to.
Yeah, I guess that's true too.
Because that's the beautiful part about a relationship. Once you get it to that point, like, I know that I am your weak spot because I'm your woman.
Right.
And you're my strong point because you're my man.
Yeah.
So
it's like that Beauty and the Beast thing.
Yeah, I guess that's what I meant by feminine and masculine energy. Like, you've got to counterbalance them in order to create those types of bonds. And yeah, nowadays that's just not what people are doing, because like, women are just fighting and fighting and fighting to be equal. Well, okay, fine, but you're never going to find a man. Mm-hmm. You're always going to find like a bitch made dude who's just like, hey, my girl got it handled. Is my girl.
Yep.
Then I wrote down, can being single for too long ruin your outlook on relationships or prepare you for a greater one? I think this goes both ways. I think people who have been single for too long just have no fucking idea the dating pool, how to communicate with people. You've been alone for so long that you're just at this point.
Well, not only that, it's just like once you get to a certain point, you get it set in your own specific ways. So when somebody does come in, it's like they're like ruining your space, you know. Now you got to share this like space.
And then it's also like if you really like having your alone time and now you have to retrain your brain and allow somebody else to be a part of your life. Or on the other hand, if you're alone long enough and you've had time to reflect and go over like why your past relationships have failed or what it is internally about you that you could work on, then I guess being single for a long time, then when you do meet the person that you think you want to be with, it might make it more grand and more like, you know, natural. I'm going to give this girl or this man like all of me because I've been alone for so long and I'm ready to submit myself. And that's a big thing for women nowadays, I think, because now to take away from like women always trying to be equal, there's a lot of us now who feel like we can't submit just because we do look at the world like it's hurt or get hurt. So now it's like, I don't want this guy to hurt me. So if I fully submit, then I feel like I'll lose a piece of myself if he hurts me. And that's just always the barrier that everybody's at.
It's just hard to even like think about a relationship nowadays. It's just like, where does it really go? And like, how long is this going to last? And like, is this really going to be worth it? But
so
like,
would you rather like be alone or would you rather just kind of keep things casual?
It's almost better to keep shit casual.
It's like, really hard to keep shit casual.
It is, I mean, because
eventually you get...
Yeah, once you build feelings, it's like... You know, it's going to hurt either way, you know, even if you guys like, once you have those feelings and something happens, like your feelings are hurt.
Right.
Regardless. So, but it is easier. It's always been easier for me to keep shit casual because of all the nonsense. I mean, obviously I don't keep shit casual because shit just happens anyway. And next thing you know, I'm in a fucking relationship again. But, so whenever I was like casually hooking up with somebody and shit like that, I didn't care if they were out and about. Or if they didn't text me where they were at, like that shit doesn't matter. But once you get deeper and you actually make shit serious, then it's like
you want to know where the fuck they're at,
you know,
who they're
you don't
with.
get a text back, or if they're partying, and then you're just like you have these weird thoughts, and then your mind get like.
And I've always wondered how the fuck there are couples on this earth. I've always wanted to be like this, but when like. You know, it's like, oh yeah, my wife's at a party and, you know, I'm just here like, oh yeah, my husband's doing this and, you know, he's just out having a good time. And I'm just like, in my brain, I'm always like, but what's the details? What's he doing?
Right.
What is he doing?
It's just in our nature.
But I also feel like men are different in this sense of their woman, once it's their woman, is like sacred to them. Like once that's tainted in any way, you will never look at that woman the same.
Yeah.
We have experienced this.
Yeah.
And that's how I know it's true because as everybody knows, we were together for years and we were young, but regardless, like at the end of our relationship, some things happened and it made us look at each other in a different light, almost just as if like, you know, oh, your body's tainted now. Now I don't want to touch you.
Yeah.
And I mean, God, can you imagine going through that at this age?
Actually, like building, because we were young, like we were figuring everything out. But now it's like we live our lives, and it's like to have another person, to live with another person, and grow something even deeper or whatever. Then it's like, and then you get stabbed in the back. Yeah, that's.
But I guess that's why maybe me and you are so cautious with love because we've gone through this before. So it's like, I don't ever want to look at my significant other and feel like he's tainted ever again because it was just such a hurtful experience. And then like after that, you're constantly wondering like, oh God, like what is he doing? Like all we knew was each other. So when we had to venture out and do our thing as like 21-year-olds, well, I was 21, you were what, 23? It just felt like a foreign space. So down here I wrote, what is the dating world like when you have to re-enter it? And how strange it is. Relearning somebody, that whole like, what do you like to eat? Like, what do you do with your day all day? Do you smoke? Do you not smoke? Do you work out? What are you interested in? What kind of music do you like? Like, all of these things can initially turn you away from somebody. Like, God forbid I met somebody and he was just like, I love country music and that's all I listen to. I'd be like, fuck.
This fucking clown.
I don't know about that, you know?
Yeah.
But it's like, does that fucking matter? That superficial, like...
That's happened to me so many fucking times where I'm just like, somebody could be cool and then it's one slight little thing and you're just like, this fucking...
So, do you have a type?
No.
Don't lie.
I have no type.
Do you see yourself often with women of your type, and do these relationships based on the physical traits that you like actually succeed? What is your type? Let's start with that. I already know it, and I'm not it.
You don't know my fucking type.
I'll explain his type, and he'll tell me if I'm right.
Go ahead.
He likes them to look mean. He likes them to have tattoos. They got that rigid, like, bad girl look. And mostly dark features, dark hair, dark eyes, maybe a blue eye every once in a while, but not really.
It's hard to find the dark hair.
Dark hair. He likes the long eyelashes. He likes the significant brows. He just likes girls that give off that grunge era look.
I like the toxic bitch look. I like a girl who is gonna be drama. Yeah.
I wonder if people are looking at the video and I pretty much just explained myself other than dark features.
You ain't hardcore looking. You look sensitive. You look like you'll go cry or something.
Maybe to some people.
Yeah, that's right.
But to others, they're probably like, ugh, I would not talk to her.
Yeah, I do like that, like, hardcore kind of aggressive look. But every girl who looks like that always has issues.
Mo hotter, mo problems, baby.
So what's your type?
My type has almost always been... I always think, like, oh, I don't have a type because I look back at my dating history and I'm like, every single one of them was very different from the other. But I think overall, like, if I had to pick what a computer-made man would look like for me, he would be tall, dark, and handsome. Like, I like Samoan men and like Pacific Islanders and Jason Momoa. Yeah, I like them broad. I like them dark because I'm so fucking pasty. I like them to have that nice olive skin tone. I like the dark eyes. I like the dark features. I like just like when you look at him, you're like, that's a whole ass man. But I've also dated motherfuckers that are 5'4". That were awesome. Also, I mean, no hate. But I guess like in my mind, when I have a type, there's like, sometimes I see tattoos, sometimes I don't. It's weird. Mm-hmm. I guess it just depends for me. But the next question was, do you see yourself often with your type of person? Like when you look back at your dating history, is your type in there? Maybe just once?
Yeah, not really. No.
So basically why I'm asking this is because as far as physical aspects go, do you feel like just because somebody is physically everything that you would want, I feel like we as humans tend to try to force those relationships to work even if they're not going to, because you're so physically attracted to that person that you want it to work out because you want you to have it all. You want them to have the good looks and you want them to have like the
I don't think so.
Personality.
I feel like I've honestly never gone that deep into like that. Like it's never like I'm fighting for somebody because they're so attractive. There's always something a little deeper. I don't know. I feel like maybe I do catch feelings on certain shit. Like I grow attached to other shit. Like I'm more of like a physical touch, like emotional type. Like I'll grow. Obviously, appearance is what is going to draw me to you or whatever, and then everything else builds off that. And then I find something else inside of that, which obviously like if I'm attracted to you, if you're fucking hot, then, you know, it helps.
Yeah, I feel like you and me both maybe like can find beauty in anybody, even if they're not necessarily our type.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Because like what somebody in my past may have lacked, now when I see that specific thing in somebody else, I'm just like, whoa, like super drawn to them because it's like you have that thing naturally that I was asking for from this person.
Yeah.
And this person I may have been like, unfortunately, super attracted to, but they lacked the emotional support that I needed, or the mind stimulation, or the conversation, or the humor, or just like deeper things like you're saying.
Right. These girls can have, you know, the fake lips or the fake boobs or like a great body and great teeth or whatever they have. It's if you're lacking in like personality or like other traits that that I would just need in a relationship or something, you're only going to get so far.
Right.
Like I can keep you around. We could hook up and have, you know, fun little outings and shit, but it's like it'll never turn into anything serious.
I feel like that's where men start to separate, like, this is the girl that I want to hang out with on the weekends because she's fun and hot, and this is the girl I want to be with on my days where I'm being me and I'm at home and I need, like, love and I need, like, whatever.
Yeah. It's fucked up because, it's nice to go, like...
And then it's fucked up to be the weekend girl and be like, I really like this guy, but he only wants to like have sex with me and like call me when he's drunk type of thing. Yeah. Then it's like, fuck, what am I lacking? And then that will create just a turmoil in your mind of like, what do I not have that he wants so fucking bad?
Yeah. But a lot of them, they don't even think that far. They don't think. They're like, oh, I got great tits and, you know, I'm that bitch. And they just don't, they're unaware of their like, you have a shitty personality.
Right. Yeah, they think looks will take them everywhere on earth, which
a lot of girls,
it will.
Yeah, to a certain point, you talk to the right dude or the right crowd, you'll find what you're looking for.
What were you gonna say when you said this is gonna sound fucked up?
Because I've been in that situation. It's where it's like I have had girls where I'd like to go party with them, and there's one girl that I would like to come home and watch a movie with. You know.
Well, that's why in our episode that we've had before, I mentioned women are. Oh, we didn't post this episode because the audio was fucked up. Mm-hmm. I said to him, women are status features for men. When they walk into a building, when they have a super hot girl on their arm, that makes them feel like in society higher up in the social like hierarchy because you've got this girl on your arm and that is like a ticket in for men. So I don't know, dude. Do you feel like it's possible for somebody to have everything you want?
No, there's nobody's gonna be perfect. There's gonna be something that you're kind of like, that was cringy, or like, that wasn't great, or, you know, maybe he's a shorter dude. Like it's.
Did you hear it?
Was that your fucking belly? Stomach, yo?
Go, keep going.
The more partners people have, the more people compare. The more people compare to the next partner. So it's like, oh well, he was tall, and then oh. You know, Brandon, he had, you know, he had a great dick.
A huge cock.
Yeah. and now Damon, he's got a small dick, but he's tall and handsome. And I'm just like, and you compare every person. So if you have 50 partners, you're comparing every single one of them to the next guy. You're looking for it, and it makes perfect sense.
Do you feel like they're constantly trying to like build that perfect man? Like if I could take his dick and his brain and his eyes and his humor, put them all into one, right. You're never gonna fucking find it.
No, because everybody
grow up.
Yeah, it's just not gonna happen. You know, the big, tall, handsome guy with the huge dick that you love is gonna be a fucking idiot.
Or cheating on you every chance he gets because he's got a big fucking dick to be slinging
right.
around.
So
yeah.
It's like, what are you going to do?
One last thing I wanted to bring up was insecurity in a relationship. I feel like personally, I have found myself to be completely confident until I enter a relationship and one little thing goes wrong, and then I tend to build off insecurity in a relationship. When I'm alone, I feel like I tend to just look better, feel better, do better because I'm not constantly comparing myself to, you know, what is my man looking at? Am I his type? Like, do I not do it for him? Things like that. So I get more insecure in a relationship than I do not insecure. Like, you would think it would be the opposite. Like, oh, well, I got him, so he's mine, so I'm not insecure. Lo and behold, my bitch ass.
It's all that trauma that is brought in from other relationships that you had.
Baggage.
Yeah, it's all those partners, everything's compared. Now you're like, I kind of feel the same way though. It's like, yeah, when I do get serious with somebody, it is, yeah, you're looking at people like I'll look at dudes and I'm like, oh, that's her type. She wants that dude, you know.
Girls that I've always like, if I'm single, I'll look at a pretty girl and be like, wow, you're gorgeous, like blah 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 blah, like, you know, compliment. But then if I'm with my man, I'm like, oh, fuck, she's like so gorgeous. Like now she's making me feel a little insecure. And I don't ever show that outright to these girls. But inside, I'm just like, don't get too close, please.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I feel like maybe I'm wrong, but is it, I feel like it's a little bit normal to kind of lose yourself in a relationship because now you're living for two. There's a lot of things that you change about yourself when you get into a relationship.
So then maybe that's your issue.
Yeah, I mean, like,
Why do you have to change anything?
I mean, in better ways. Like, you're trying to constantly be a better person if you want to be with this person. Whereas before, when you're by yourself, it's kind of like, I can just do whatever I want to do. But now I have this other person that is viewing me, and their perspective of me matters. So now I want to be better, do better, blah, blah, blah. But at the same time, I feel like now I'm trying too hard because I want to keep you so bad. So it's like then the insecurities kick in. This is the first time I've ever felt like that, though, because in my past relationships, I've always felt like, not with you, of course, that was like a totally different thing, but like after you and before the current, I just always felt like, like, okay, well, if this doesn't work out, I don't really give a fuck. If this doesn't work out, I'll be fine.
Right.
It's once I get past that bond that I'm like, oh fuck,
deeper,
I'm getting a little insecure about myself. And it's like, that's rough. It's like a double-edged sword because you love that person, but now you don't love yourself as much. Why? Don't like it.
I feel like for me, maybe it feels like I don't have enough to offer in some way or something.
Right.
Which is like what?
I feel like that's you thinking that as a man.
I want to be the guy. It's just like the Dan Bilzerian. Like, I know that's a lot to ask for, but
fucking
I'm like,
hate this shit. Hate it.
Like, but he doesn't need nothing. He's never looking at other dudes like, it's because he has a ranking. He's top rank. These girls aren't going to go for anybody else because they know where they're at. They know what he has. They know what he knows what he brings to the table.
But you're saying it right there, like they. As a woman, I would never be fully comfortable because there's us, all of his girlfriends. Like, that would make me completely unattracted to somebody.
Well, they're doing it for clout anyway. They're doing it for experience and clout and whatever,
True.
So they're not looking for a serious relationship.
But don't you think that blocks him off from ever having a serious love in his life? Because now he's built this life around him where it's just like constant in and out, different girls.
But you could, he could find a girl who's cool with that.
Would you rather?
Here we go. It's been a long time.
Would you rather only ever have sex with one person in the same position every time?
Oh, Jesus.
Or only get to have sex with a different person every time?
Different.
What? Ladies, ask your man, and I'm sorry if it hurts your feelings, the answer he gives you.
The same sex, the same person, same position every single time?
Mm-hmm. Or you can only have sex with randoms. It's never the same person twice.
I'm going randoms, fuck it. I'm not going to be stuck in missionary my whole life. Although missionary is good.
I was just going to say missionary is so like underrated. Like people who make fun of missionary, I personally think it's the best position because you get to see each other. You get to both see what's going on and it's very intimate. It's very like I can look into your eyes or I can look down and watch you have sex with me. So plus that's like the best position personally to finish in. So I just always, that's like my fave. I used to think doggy was my favorite until I realized that just ain't it. I feel like if a man can only finish for you if you're in doggy style, it's because he's not looking at your face. You're ugly. He just wants to look
at your butthole is what it is.
Not even your butthole. He just doesn't want to see your face.
No, maybe it's just good.
Sure, but...
you want to look at ass. It looks nice.
So, yeah. So, I probably would also pick randoms. Even though...
Wait, you were just clowning on me choosing randoms and that's what you're choosing too, you fuck?
Yeah, no, you're right. I would pick the same person, same position. You're right.
I mean, it's not horrible.
It's not horrible, but for sure you'd just be like, God damn it.
Here we go again.
All right, that was it. That was our episode. We are working on merch. Tell them what we're doing, Zachary.
I'm not telling them anything until we get it. Until I can display that motherfucker.
Okay, well, I'll tell them.
No. Because we don't know when it's coming out, when it's going. We're going to get these fucking people hyped up, and then we're going to be 12 episodes in and still be like, where's our beanies? No.
You just blew it. Where's our beanies? We're doing a test trial, though, to see if we like the quality, so we'll get back to y'all.
Yeah, stand by.
Okay, y'all. Thanks for watching. Peace out. Slide south.